Hello and welcome to another AQA GCSE revision video. In this video I'm looking at the June 2017 past papers. This is the third paper in the higher tier. It is a calculator paper, so we are allowed to use calculators, and we're picking up in question 21, which reads, here is a sketch of y equals f of x, where f of x is a quadratic function. The graph intersects the x-axis where x equals negative 2.5 and x equals 1. And that information is basically shown on the graph as well. Circle the solution of f of x is greater than 0. Okay, so we're looking for the values along the x-axis that would make the curve above the x-axis. So we're looking at this entire range here. Everything between 2.5 and negative 2.5 and 1. So that's all of this area is above the x-axis. In other words, the solution to f of x is bigger than 0. Okay, so x is less than negative 2.5, well that would go in this direction, and that clearly the graph is below the x-axis, so it's less than 0. So we don't need to look any further, but if we did look further we'd see x is greater than 1, so that's everything here from 1 upwards, and again that's below the x-axis, so this is wrong. So we can discount that. X is greater than negative 2.5 or x is greater than 1. So x is greater than negative 2.5, so far so good, but then that carries on all the way up to infinity, so that's bad, because after we get past x is greater than 1 then the curve goes below the x-axis, and this x greater than 1 is redundant because that's just basically defining this area, or rather these values on the x-axis, which are already defined in the x greater than negative 2.5. So that or x greater than 1 is redundant because we've got x greater than negative 2.5 covers that. So this is also incorrect. X greater than negative 2.5 or x less than less than 1. Well, that's also wrong because x greater than negative 2.5 is this all the way going up to infinity, or not and, or x less than 1 means we're also including everything from 1 down this way. So that covers the entire x-axis, every single thing on the x-axis, and there's certainly part numbers where the graph goes below the x-axis, where f of x is less than 0. So again, this is wrong. If that had said and, then it would have been right, but it says or, so this is wrong. So what about negative 2.5 less than x less than 1? Well, if negative 2.5 is less than x, then that means x must be bigger than negative 2.5. But x must also be less than 1. So that's covering just this range that we're talking about, where the curve is above the x-axis. So this is the right answer. Okay, I hope you found that helpful. If you're taking your GCSEs this year, I'd like to wish you every success with your revision and every success with your exams, and I'll look forward to seeing you in another video.